Hello, hello, hey, sweet people. Welcome to another episode of Inglês no Rádio. My name is Foster, and today, by the grace of God, I am here with, in person, sitting next to me, with Alexia.
Hi.
How are you doing, Alexia?
I am so happy.
Me too.
I can't contain myself. First of all, you're here. Second of all, we are recording in person, face to face, for the first time in 7 months.
Yeah. I imagine most people can understand this, but recording podcasts remotely with your partner, it's like not the coolest thing to do for 7 months. It's much, much better in person.
Yes. So, we are here together in Porto, Portugal. And we couldn't be happier. And thank you guys for all the love and all the messages.
Yes, thank all of you, each and every one of you. It really means the world. We cannot tell you how happy we are, and at some point, we will do an entire week talking about the
What
whole
happened?
story and all of that. But that is for a different episode and a different time, because today, Alexia,
Yes.
we are continuing our conversations about teachers.
Yes. So we thought that it would be a nice thing to talk about our favorite teacher or teachers that we had during our lives. Not necessarily English teachers, but teachers who changed our lives at some moment.
Yeah, absolutely. So we started this kind of series.
At some moment, at some point, right?
I would say at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't even think about correcting you because I'm so happy to see you. Yeah, so we started this series focusing more specifically on language teachers and how to really make the most out of your English classes. But if you think about it, a good teacher is a good teacher, and all good teachers share many of the same qualities. And the best way to learn anything is using real life examples. So we decided the best way to explain all of this stuff is just to talk about our favorite teachers.
Yes.
Cool?
Yeah. So today, Foster, you start.
Oh, man. Okay, so you want me to start by talking about my favorite teacher?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to ask me some questions? Pretend it's an interview. So you're asking me questions about my favorite teacher.
Okay. So, how many favorite teachers do you have?
Okay, so Alexia already knows this, but I have two teachers. They were both my professors in university. They are both Spanish professors, and they are best friends. I've traveled to Spain with both of them, so it's impossible to decide one or the other. So I have two favorite teachers.
Okay. So, the second question's already answered, which would be when did you meet them or this person? It was during college.
Um, yeah, I think I remember more or less the exact moment because it's a moment that quite literally changed the entire trajectory of my life.
Okay.
I would argue without this moment, I would not be sitting here with you today.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I remember I was at the gym at our university, and it was my freshman year, so my first year. I was 17 years old, and you had to do one PE class. PE is physical education.
Mm-hmm.
So most of my friends were doing like cool stuff, like playing basketball or football. And I was like, I don't know if I can do that. So I decided to play handball. I was thinking, okay.
Couldn't you play golf?
You could, but you had to be on the team and
Okay.
travel and stuff like that. And I already finished my golfing career at that point. So I played handball, and there were other kids playing handball and we played together, but there was also a group of professors that played handball, and they were like really, really good. They play handball almost every day. They're very serious, very athletic. And at the same time, I had tried to apply to go to a trip abroad to Spain after my first year of university during the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no interest at all in Spanish or
You
languages.
just wanted to travel.
I wanted to travel, and the idea of the trip was to hike the Camino de Santiago. And I've always loved hiking and the outdoors, so I just thought it would be cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So I tried to apply for that program, and my Spanish teacher was like, hell no, this kid is an idiot
Your Spanish teacher at the time.
at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally, my only C that I've made in my entire life. So in the US, we have A, B,
Even
C.
like high school and elementary school?
Yeah, I'm a straight A
My
and B
goodness,
student.
I wasn't like that at all.
Yeah, I made one C in my entire life, and it was my freshman year Spanish class. And my Spanish teacher, very nice lady, but she was like, seriously, Foster, in Spain, they speak Spanish. You are horrible at Spanish. It does not seem like you like Spanish at all. And then one day I was at the gym, and in between handball games, one of the Spanish teachers sat beside me, and I was like, hey, yeah, I tried to go to the Spain trip, but I don't think my Spanish teacher likes me. And he was like, don't worry. I'm the one that leads that. Don't worry. You want to go to Spain? We'll go to Spain. It'll be awesome. We can play handball in Spain. I was like, really? And the rest is history.
Okay. But do you like them because they changed your life, like making you go to Spain? Or why? Because I mean, they were cool to get you into the trip, you know? It
Yeah.
doesn't mean
You just
that.
asked me about the moment. I have not even begun
I
talking.
didn't. You said, like, I remember the moment, and then you started to talk about
Oh,
it.
you said when did you first meet them?
Yeah, but
No, the reasons I love both of them very much, and I'm using the word love, very particularly. Like I literally love them. They're some of my favorite people in the world. Number one, they changed my life in a lot of ways. When I returned from Spain, I was very interested in Spanish. I changed what I was studying in university. I returned and went to Spain with them 2 more times after that. I lived in Spain. So, just academically, they completely changed my mind about what I wanted to study. And almost immediately, I became a good student.
it's one thing that I always talk about. Like, we shouldn't go to college that early in our lives. We should, like, be able to travel or even to try new things before actually going to college and spend the rest of your life studying or working with that. So what you did and what these professors did to you, it was that, but like in the middle of the college.
Yeah, yeah, more or less. I am a big proponent of gap years, taking a year off after high school, but that's an entirely different subject for a different day. Anyways, my important point here is I think one of the qualities of any great teacher is they can teach you something and you will be fascinated by the subject, and it does not matter what the subject is. Like, I spent most of my university studying about Spain in the Middle Ages. And before
There's
then, I literally did not care about medieval studies or Spain or anything, but it was just because it was them talking
medieval
about it.
times, they scare me so much.
Yeah.
For me, it's the darkest time ever.
Yeah. Yeah. But I do think that is an important quality of a good teacher. It's something I've really tried to implement if you think about our program, Sound School, in that program, we are almost exclusively talking about pronunciation, phonetics, phonology, things that no one wants to learn about. And that's the job of a good teacher, is to make it interesting enough that people actually say, "Oh, this is pretty cool. And this could change things. This could change everything."
Yeah. I was thinking that if I had good teachers, so like good math teacher, physics teacher, and chemistry teachers, my life would be completely different. I never had like teachers who would make me very, very into those subjects. And that's why I used to fail so much.
Yeah.
And I mean, of course, it's the student responsibility to study and to pass the exam, but it's also like the
It's the
teachers.
student's responsibility.
It's also the teacher's responsibility to understand why the student is not being able to get what you're doing in class.
Yeah, absolutely. The material, the subject is rarely the problem. The problem is transferring that knowledge to students.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Can I give you a couple more points why I love my two Spanish teachers?
Of course.
So I think another reason why they're very, very important to me, they were my first adult friends in my life. So
Besides like your parents and your uncle, aunts,
yeah, until then it was just my parents, my family, and then like my parents' friends, but I wasn't friends with them.
No, but they were the adults of your life.
Yeah. And with these two teachers, they would invite us over to their house all of the time. We would drink wine. We would get kind of crazy. They were literally friends. Like, it was just like hanging out with anybody else.
Get kind of crazy.
Get drunk is what I said. I'm just not trying to put them in any legal trouble.
No, but you were 21 plus, right?
No, I said I was 17.
But you were 17.
Yeah, but no one cared.
Okay.
Yeah, a different part of the story, but the idea. So just to paint a picture, one of these professors really reminded me a lot of my parents. A very serious man, a very religious man, and quite conservative, like traditional, not conservative in the political sense of the word. And the other teacher was the first gay individual I've ever met, the first homosexual I met in my life. And
That's so crazy.
yeah, I mean, obviously, I probably met a lot of homosexuals in high school. First openly gay person that I ever met was my, at the time, 68-year-old Spanish teacher. And like flamboyantly gay, and just had the craziest worldview to me. Like, he spoke or speaks 7 languages. He's traveled the world. He's an atheist. He speaks very openly about religion and poetry and love. And just the combination between both of them and the fact that they are best friends, it was like, oh, maybe.
So, yeah, this can be like, this is the normal life.
Yeah, it just opened my worldview so much. Until then, I was thinking, oh, the world is more or less the southeast of the United States, and all of my friends look the same and act the same. And just in one summer, it was like, oh no, the world is a huge, beautiful, magical place, and there's a lot to learn and to be curious about.
Yeah, that's beautiful, Amo.
Yeah, they are beautiful people, just like all of you.
Thank you, LGBTQ plus. I hope that I said that right. To open Foster's mind.
Yeah, absolutely. But just to clarify, I had no like preconceptions about homosexuals. I had no problem with homosexuals before then.
No, but I mean, you're a southern boy from the Bible Belt, from a small city, and I mean, let's be honest, there are no openly gays there because of many reasons, and this was a pretty interesting thing for you.
Yeah, that was also 14 years ago, so times have changed a lot too.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, Alexia, in the next episode, we will talk about your favorite teacher.
Okay.
Okay, see you then.
Bye.